Together at last. Finally, I find a used SK. Welcome back to the Secondhand Showcase, everybody. Coming at you from Soaking Wet Shooter Supply in Southern Ohio. After doing these videos for many months, I finally discovered a gun that I thought I would never see, at least not for a while. It's still a relatively new gun. What we have here is an HK VP pistol, but this isn't their full-size service pistol. This is their subcompact, so this is known as the HK VP SK, or the VP9 SK. So I don't know what SK means, short Kurtz or whatever it be. If you're German, you tell me, I don't know, or you work for HK USA, you chime in the comments, because I can hardly ever keep HK stuff straight as it is. But don't take that as a negative, because I'm actually a big fan of these guns. These have a lot going for them, even in the compact sizes. So let's go ahead and run down through it. So this particular example is a used gun. It comes in 9mm. It has 2 magazines, 10-round magazines. It is fully ambidextrous. And when I say fully ambidextrous, I mean it has ambidextrous slide stops. It also has ambidextrous magazine releases. So for right-hands or left-handed shooters, it doesn't make any difference. There's no transitions, there's no buttons to switch, and if you're actually trying to qualify or take a class where they want you to shoot outside your comfort zone, you're way ahead of the curve on this gun, especially on malfunction clearance drills. This gun is super easy to actuate, for locking the slide back on a weekend. Like the full-size guns, the rails on the SK are 1913 rails, Picatinny rails. It also has the cocking wings. These are a little controversial, I think, and probably more so than they need to be. These are removable. If you have them on your gun and you don't like them, just drift the side out. You can take the wings out. I think HK even sells a couple little blanking plates that you could fill the holes in if you so chose. However, if you are somebody who maybe doesn't have the grip strength to work the action on one of these guns, or maybe when you shoot these subcompact guns, they tend to be sprung heavier, these cocking wings tend to really help out somebody to work the action, say weak-handed or in odd positions with wet hands or blood or whatever else could be on your hands. Pro tip for you guys out there with wives and girlfriends and little petite women in your life, if they don't normally have the hand strength to manipulate the semi-automatic handguns, especially subcompacts, which that's a whole other conversation, but if they don't normally have the hand strength, if you don't trust that they can actually get it done under stress, take them to the gun store, have them work one of these HK VP guns. I think you'll be quite surprised, and I think you'll find the women really are comfortable doing that. So also, just like the full-size guns, this one has the Novak style true glow type night sights. So this example, sunlight or flashlight, they pick up a charge and then they stay charged for a while. It is what it is. It's a very effective sight. It's a very bright sight. It gives you a very stark sight picture. I personally prefer the tritium sights, and you can get those from H&K. They usually come on the law enforcement guns. So if you don't like these, you can get aftermarket sights either from HK Factory or aftermarket. I think even Wilson Combat may make an HK Vickers sight as well. Also, like the full-size guns, these come with a lanyard loop. Also, they have grip inserts for the back panel, for the back of the gun and on the side, so you can shrink or blow up the girth of the gun. Yeah, I just said girth on video.
That boy is a P-I-G pig.
You can shrink or blow up the girth of the gun depending on the shooter's hand. Personally, for me, when I'm when I'm running my VP9, which I'm carrying on me right now, I run the full-size panels, sides and back. It gets me a better landing position with my, with pat on my finger, and it gives the user a lot of configurability to really dial in the ergonomics of these guns. This is where these VP9s really shine, is ergonomics. They tend to fit a wider variety of people's hands as opposed to some of the more common Austrian-made pistols that sound like block.
That punk pulled a Glock 7 on me. You know what that is? It's a porcelain gun made in Germany. Doesn't show up on your airport x-ray machines here, and it costs more than you make in a month.
You'd be surprised what I make in a month.
They fit my hands fine, but I've got kind of Mongo hands. A slender shooter with smaller hands, VP9, right in your wheelhouse, whether you want a small one or a big one. So, and even a smaller size gun, if the grip fits you better, you're able to control it for the more perceived recoil impulse of the lighter, smaller gun. So something to keep in mind. So if you want to know more about this HK VP9 SK, there'll be a link in the description below. You can contact the dealer directly, or if you would like, you can call Shooter Supply in Loveland, Ohio on the phone. I'm sure they'd love to hear from you. You can ask them any questions, make any suggestions, work out some kind of deal, criticisms, whatever you'd want to do. Just remember, go to our website, john1911.com. That's JOHN1911.com. Remember, it's all about shooting guns and having fun. Everybody, have a good day. This is an example of a clean, brand new gun. This is an example of a dirty daily CCW gun.